All right, this is the only planet in this system that had anything, and then we're going to go up to Desert D1. But I believe this expedition, if it gives experience, will level our crew up. Yeah, small meteorite with high concentrations of uranium, like that. We did get the crew XP, and the crew command has now advanced in skill again. So I want to make sure we get that biomad done up here as well. So Rhea has a 9. She just gets that. Everyone kind of levels up themselves in this way. I'm going to go and put 2 in yours. And now you're Lieutenant 3rd class. We're also going to get, I think, 1 more for tactics as well. So let's get Jennifer Cygnus Lee here. 1 more up in tactics. Puts us up to 12 there. And 3 more points. Let's give 1 to the observation. Let's give 1 to engineering. And then I think we'll save the last one because we may have a specific thing that we want to get a better bonus on, and we might be able to back up, come try again, and we'll get that extra point just to help it. It might end up being biomed, so we can get that ship, a little thing that I saw earlier. But in any case, this white star has some stuff around it, and I want to know what it is. There's also a station here. A cathedral wreck is here, and something right here. What is this? A dispatch device. Another autonomous dispatch device. An interaction with my question marks. A bright young academic who concluded a half cycle at Creta. He agreed with Degorius' assessment that the test group really displayed a new intuition for the question marks, with several testable and provable insights, question marks. He found their excitement and devotion to the project quite infectious and expressed a desire to return for a full cycle. The data contains a number of curious geometric puzzles that seem to hint at a hidden meaning I can't quite grasp. Well, I'm just gonna blow it up. How you like that? We get the research points for it anyway, which is pretty good. And then we're gonna head over here to the cathedral wreck. Maybe there will be something interesting here we can go through. This derelict devout cathedral shows signs of heavy battle damage. Weapons power and life support may have been knocked out within minutes. The attacker took the weapons and vital ship systems, but left behind some valuable salvage, 46 copper and some platinum. They also left behind some calligraphic graffiti. The heroic Whiskamug strips the cultist cathedral of its arms to give to alms those in need. Another reference to Whiskamug. Okay, so maybe that's the person who destroyed this. We can actually shoot this one. So let's back up. I can't fire all my other guns. Wish there was a faster way to change the ship system. It'd be nice if there was. Boom, boom, boom. Can we break off some chunks here? Or is this an indestructible object? No, I'm seeing chunks fly. And we are definitely able to salvage this one. We're definitely getting resources for it. Some aluminum right there. Yeah. Man, this cannon just sounds so good, doesn't it? Come on now. There it goes. That's what I wanted to see. Okay. Well, all really got is aluminum. I guess all the important stuff was stripped out already, but yep, that station is gone. Okay. So let us go and scan these other things. Send a survey team down there. 2 decaying radio antennae are all that remains of Rixcag II Observatory, according to the signage translation. The rest has been buried or swept away by the desert. The desert at least left some aluminum. Okay. Now I'm wondering if this planet and that station, because it mentioned Whiskamug, this might be the planet, right? Because we had those 3 questions and I didn't know which planet it was. So I'm going to have to keep an eye on that. That might be the right one to answer for that question. Looking for basically every reference of Whiskey-Mug I can find, and sorry, we should be able to search that in the log, right? If I put Whiskey-Mug back in here, or just Whisk in general, the investigation now shows up there, and we can see signs of heroic Whiskey-Mug strips the cultist cathedral, right? And so we didn't get that specific planet though in that list, but it's like Reich something with an R, something with an R. I'll go back in the video and make sure I have it, but it might be the answer to the question. With great difficulty, Ensign Perks pilots the lander through a blinding sandstorm. Sensors eliminate whatever the signal was. It's not far. That is, if there was anything at all. The huge amount of charged dust is wreaking havoc on the instruments, shifting dunes cover and uncover geologic features on an almost hourly basis. See if we can find anything here. We do indeed. During a brief pause in the heavy sandstorm, Lieutenant Kepler spies an implausible sight, a lush oasis on this otherwise dry planet. When the team lands to investigate, they discover an artificial pool filled from a deep underground aquifer surrounded by greenery. At the bottom of the clear water is a large stone slab covered in writing, which translates as, "In 50 years, this entire world will be just as lush thanks to Xenoform Guild tech. Contact your local purveyor to preserve your unknown unit of land area today." Ensign Perks estimates from the aquifer's depletion that this advertisement is roughly 3 centuries old. Right? These plants are actually genetically engineered colonies of prokaryotes. They have been designed to need little water while producing a lush foliage-like appearance. It's an ad. The Lush Oasis is an ad. It's the 3-century-old ad just sitting there for whoever happens to stumble upon it. I don't anticipate there's much going on the gas giants, but every once in a while we do get something. Some kind of orbital thing we can do, or some kind of observation that leads us to getting some kind of research out of it. Every once in a while. Probably something here. Nothing. Okay. So that's that. But there's a Whiskey-Mug reference there, right? And so that's what I'm looking for here. Like that kind of thing. I'm just going to have to make a mental note of that. Maybe that'll be one of the answers. Let's go to that white star right there, which I believe we can get to by going to the flinger. That's right here. At least that looks like it. There's the flinger I haven't used yet. No, that's not how that's going to work. No, I'm going to have to go here manually. We're going to go there. All right, I've reached this other star area. That's a white star. It's not amber, right? I'm kind of trying to figure it out because we don't really see very many amber stars. Like there's the yellow stars basically. So like which one would it be pointing at? I don't know. It could be this one, but we've been there already. Empire Pets, no anomalies were there. So there wasn't really anything going on there. We've been here now too. There wasn't really anything else to do in this area. Maybe here, but I've been there too. We've gone through these places too. Pyramids and everything. So maybe it just keeps going, I guess. I don't know. Either way, we're over here now. So this rocky place here, we send a survey team down to that one. Transport lander has been transformed into a makeshift laboratory and habitat. Interior walls have been crudely cut open to make room for a large device centered around a compact black sphere connected to an array of computers. As the lander only has life support for a single being, this refurbishing must have taken quite a while. The only distraction was a databank of archived texts. Judging from the biomonitoring equipment filling the rest of the lab, Lieutenant Rhea guesses this is some sort of medical device. Let's attempt to analyze it with our biomed bonus here. Should be pretty easy to do. The device is a selective neural retrainer. Using a medium-range psi field, it enhances neural plasticity, allowing for quickly retraining skill sets while preserving experiential memories. I know Kung Fu. While this, I don't know if that's really a thing. While the design is solid, the black sphere has a small hairline fracture. Since this is clearly an integral component, Rhea thinks it would be dangerous to activate the device. It could produce harmful or even lethal effects in anyone in range. Have Lieutenant Reyna replace the black sphere with the one obtained from the pyramid. Ooh, I didn't remember that. The procedure turns out to be a challenge, given the sphere's unusual domestic properties. Eventually, it is resolved by having Lieutenant Rhea return to the lander and radio instructions to Lieutenant Glees. With the device repaired, Lieutenant Rhea is certain it is now safe to activate. Crew points have been reset to their starting values and unspent points returned. Refunded. Oh. The team reports a strong but not unpleasant dizzy sensation that subsides within a few minutes. Everybody is a level 1 now. Is that it? Kinda. Everybody needs retraining, it looks like. I like how this still says 10 here. And then it has to go back to normal. Yeah, there it goes. Okay. So, everybody needs retrained. I've got 62 points. And so like 10 in each is pretty much what we're looking at here, right? So I don't really think I need the point in astroscience anymore. I think I've gained enough materials and stuff for that now. So why don't we focus everybody on their specialties? So he's all about xenoculture, at least he was. So we'll bump him up to 10 for now. You're assigning 8 points to a single crew member. Are you sure? Yes. Of course I'm sure. I know what I'm doing. Leave me alone. All right. This Kepler is our observation specialist. So we're going to pop you to 10 as well. Okay. Still sure. We have Rhea. That was our biomed person. Put those back the way they were. Yes. And then Perks, you are all about astroscience. Here we go. Give you the astroscience skill. All right. Excellent. Cygnus Lee, you are my tactics officer. Before, we're going to go ahead and give you 10. There it is. And then finally, Glees in engineering also gets 10. Okay. So that puts us 11, 11, 11 all across the board. I don't know. I don't think this is better than we had before, though. However, I'm now noticing we have 14 unspent points now. So maybe it is better. So we could go a little bit further with this. Lieutenant 3rd class, because everybody should be Lieutenant 3rd class or something like after this, right? Pretty much. We'll go engineering, 2 points there. Cygnus Lee, we'll put 1 more in tactics just to make sure we get it. Rhea, we're going to put, I think, 2 more in biomed. Give us up to 12 on that. I think probably we go better on observation as well. I like that. 4 additional points remaining. Why don't we grab 1 more on astroscience? It's fine. And then I want 1 more on tactics, I guess, in case we get into a fight kind of thing. 1 more in xenoculture. And I think this is about what it was. This might be a little bit different, but I think this is still fine to what we have. And I guess maybe I'll go 1 more biomed just to give us that extra edge later on for that other thing. So we'll just do this. So we're at 13 biomed. That other thing that we had before needed biomeds. Maybe we'll have a bonus for that now. And then we have the archive databank here. Okay, cool. Mostly fairly pedestrian military strategy guides, as well as well-worn collection of epic poems, including the Further Adventures of Whiskamug. Can we read it? I want to read it. The Further Adventures of Whiskamug. I want to read the Further Adventures of Whiskamug. Planet anomaly. I don't like how the log doesn't tell me. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't really have a name for the planet. I guess planets don't necessarily have a name all the time, right? I mean, it does say Lunar L1, but the star doesn't have a name. So I feel like every star would probably have a name, you know, in this kind of era. You would name these stars so you could reference them later. Oh, this one says survey incomplete. Oh, do we get to go back here to retrain? We could just do this over and over again, right? And I just go down there and I touch it again. Is that it? Yeah, activate the device. Huh. Interesting. Okay. So we're going to go down here and I'm going to say retrain crew skills. There. So that's going to be where that makeshift lab that we retrain our crew skills are going to be right there. Seems good, man. All right. We'll go ahead and scan this one. And this one. I just want to make sure it doesn't, because I went kind of too far away from it. Does it finish? It did. It just didn't have anything. Okay. I was looking for a sound effect, but there's no reason for it to give me a sound effect, I guess, if there's nothing there. Okay. Let's go ahead and deploy the survey team here. Yet another disappointingly small chunk of aluminum. And we'll just do this. That's fine. Okay. All the way up to Desert D2, and then this star is done. I think maybe I'll go back to here and then take the wormhole to that yellow star. It's the only thing I can think of as far as the, the whole points at the amber gem here. A very small colony thrives above the Sol aquifer on this otherwise arid planet. Well, I guess they weren't completely lying. The ad. Sorry. A very small colony thrives above the Sol aquifer on this otherwise arid planet, tapped by an open well, creating a lush oasis. For its size, the colony has some impressive defenses. A full battery of very old but functional plasma cannons tracks the survey lander as it descends. Despite the weaponry, the colonists are friendly enough. After some pleasantries, they explain their robust security. According to legend, an adventurer named Whiskimug staggered here after defeating 100 legions. Oh, so I got that question right. 120. I mean, it had to be the biggest number, right? So yeah, there it is. A pirate's nearby. Weak and confused, he was given shelter and water until he could recover. In gratitude, he gave the colony some advanced weapon systems. I don't know about the Whiskimug part, but the weapons look to be from the late Imperial period. Ultra high precision manufacture, but designed to be maintainable in a practical setting. All right, so I know that question was correct then. The 120 is one of the correct answers. Excellent. Okay, we want to go that way, and it looks like it's actually faster to zip around. Yeah, I guess so. Than to just go straight over, but I'm kind of feeling like an adventure. Like, what if there's something else over here, right? So I'm gonna do that instead, because there might be something there. I'll be right back. Okay, so there's nothing there up to this point. However, coming to this far has shown us this. There's a red star and a yellow star right next to each other. That sounds very interesting to me, and I'm just gonna keep us accelerating that direction to see if we can't see something. Because remember, we have these, our sensors have been improved now to where we can see things a little bit further away, or at least detect things a little bit further away. And so, yeah, we have those up there, we get that, but I'm gonna keep going and get over to these two stars that are really close together and see if there's something there. I don't think this is really pointing at that, but it's in that direction. The other thing to consider is that it kind of looks like an arrow. Now, I realize that this is probably the direction it's pointing, but that kind of looks like an arrow. So maybe the front of the lance is actually the star, and it's actually pointing that way. I don't know. But I'm going to go over here because I like the idea of two stars in the same system. A binary star system sounds really nice. So we're going to go check that out. I don't know if I've seen that yet in the game. I've been trying to think about it. I haven't really looked at the map, but I don't think I've seen two stars this close together before in the game yet. So there could be something significant about that. There's this right here, which is kind of close, but not this close. Not as close as we're about to see. This is very close together. This is like the same system close. So we'll see how that goes, because they are right next to each other. And like with the red and the... Ooh. Yeah, it looks like how bright it is. Oh, and there's another comet too. This is a gold comet. All right, we're going to have to investigate that. There is a wormhole gateway here, so we can easily get back to this point later, as long as I tag up on that really quick. Just come down like this. There we go. Gold comet. We're going to try to figure out where that trajectory is. But for now, let's explore this little system here. We do have Brogadar. The Brogadar are here. Now, they're going to be neutral now. We have a peace agreement with them. So there's no reason to get worried about that, because they're not going to attack us anymore. However, I have seen so far in the cuts and stuff, just, you know, wandering around, I have seen Whiskamug in the same system as the Brogadar, and Whiskamug will attack these guys on sight. So I can still get the benefits of all those ships blowing up without doing it myself, as long as Whiskamug is in the same system as me. He'll take him out for me. So that's nice. This might be the only place that has something, because there's not much for moons or planets or anything around here. So let's hope something's here. There we go. Let me see. The lander touches down near the permanent terminator of this dead world. I like how the picture has 2 stars. Very cool detail. Here, the temperature mix is just right to allow the planet to capture and condense rare molecules of neutronium being ablated from the star's interiors. All right, well, that's here, but I don't see much else. Obviously, there's a long way to go down here. Still a lot of space down here. And I think it probably is a good idea for me to go back to the station and see about unlocking, you know, some new tech, maybe making some advancements to my ship, specifically in the areas of propulsion. I would like to go, I want to go faster. I don't think it's really all that vital that I have more guns, more power. However, if I was to add a 4th gun, I wouldn't complain. It's going to require a little bit of a redesign of my ship, but not that big of a deal. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of pop right in over here. And I'm just going to play around with the ship designer for a little bit, research and stuff a little bit. See if I can't come up with something a little bit better here. And also want to stop. Oh, I did it. I crashed right into it. I blew that whole thing up. Many people died. I have no idea. Is that actually gonna... Nobody said anything. They give me the resources, but nobody has said anything. Huh. Well. Yeah. I thought astronomical units were larger. Oh, I'm waiting for a solution to participate. I can provide one. Okay, cool. Yeah, I thought astronomical units were larger. How old are you? These are supposed to be science questions, not history. Yeah, centuries ago, the AU is approximately the distance from Earth to its sun. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was trained. That's what I was taught it was in school. A measurement that is not terribly meaningful in modern warp impulse travel. Exactly. Yeah. So when the Birol-Nguyen projection was standardized, someone labeled the initial navigation charts with a naive unit conversion that assumed constant length and time. That someone had 3 different bars on their collar, so it turned out to be easier to decide that AU stood for something else now than to redo the charts. Okay, fine. Research-wise, we're up to 685. Do I just go Dreadnought, man? I have enough resources, right? Maybe not. Chirolite's still very light. I didn't get it yet. All right. I know I blew up a piece of the ship. I wonder if that station's going to rebuild itself. Do you think that spot there will be like gone forever? That's something to look into, isn't it? I think I'm something to maybe, hopefully not, but maybe. I want to trade. I'm going to go around and trade for a little bit. I'll be right back. All right, I got another one of these dorks. These little burst relay things. I've been exploring around a little bit, just trying to see if I can't find some good trades, and found this thing. Let's see what it says. The recoverable fragments from the message translates as portal code from Nimian will allow us passage, but no safe refuge. Rendezvous at Void Redoubt. All right, well, this one here is from people working with Oh, hang on. Should probably shoot it. Working with the Nimian. Let me get some Chirolite on that, which is good. So I went up here, and I'm making my way over to this area here. I'm pretty sure we've been here before, since there's no anomalies and stuff. But I was just kind of doing like a sort of a double check for myself to see whether or not there's anything in the area. And thankfully, just by doing that, I did run into that little thing there, so that's good. I think what I'm going to do, because I have a little bit of time here for myself anyway, I'm going to go down to this and just a straight line navigation down this way. Okay, so on the map, I saw this system right here is just this extra desert D3 that I hadn't researched yet. And there's actually a comet right here. Ooh, I don't think I got close enough for that one, but perks, as I'm coming in here, it says this system looks promising. And I'm not entirely sure what she means by that, but there is a planet here that I have not like surveyed yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and scan it. And there is a survey team deployment on it. It says near constant high-speed sandstorms render most of the planet's surface opaque. The anomaly signal was barely that. Even the astrolab directions, the team was unsure anything would be down there. But just below 1,000 meters, a distinctive pyramidal shape appeared in swirling dust. The pyramid was made to withstand the planet's terrible weather, but was left unsealed. So much of the interior furnishings have been sandblasted into fragments. A relic in the central chamber seems to have survived without a scratch, despite sitting outside its apparent container. A box made of solid neutronium. I'm gonna get 2 extra neutronium for this. Biomed Insight says, I'm detecting bone fragments of the mortal variety in the debris. And we get a brass connector as well on that too. Now that brass connector, is that similar to the, I don't know, like there was another brass thing that the trade guild was selling. So I might be looking for that too. This god apparently had bones made of durable brass like metal. Yeah. Bones of the dead god, right? Find the bones of the dead god. Yeah, apparently we just did. Scans show that this contains a complex network of fine connections. Okay, excellent. So that completes that mission. We found the bones of the dead god. Whether that's a great thing for me, whether it's going to mean anything, whether I get anything else out of it, I really don't know. But we'll see. I'm going to go ahead and wreck this guy's head really quick, because it's really, really fast to take out those frigates now. They're like nothing now. And that's kind of, and then I need to get close to that comet. I'm not sure I have yet, but we're going to get over there close to it here. I don't know if I'm fast enough to catch it. You can see that sometimes it does slow down. Like it's like part of its orbit and stuff, right? I've definitely been close enough to it. Somebody also asked me whether I could shoot it for resources or something, and I have not found any evidence that you can shoot this. It's another one of those things where it can hit you, you can run into it, but you can't shoot it. Okay, so bones of the dead guy was over here. All right, we're just pretty close by. Yeah, I saw that we didn't have everything done there, and I said, okay, I'm gonna go do that. And so we have several other things here. Silent Tower investigation's incomplete. I'm just going through these things, and any system that still has an incomplete investigation, I just want to figure out what the heck it is, you know? Okay, so over this way, again, trying to clear all these extra incomplete ones. We're here at Rocky R4 on this side. And there's a whole bunch of collectors around here, but there is a survey incomplete. So let's go see what this one is. It says a single communications tower is the only artificial structure on the entire planet. Despite its age, it's still mostly intact. Ensign Gleese notes that the tower is very similar to the one the team encountered earlier near the dust refinery. One usual point is that while there are the normal redundancy circuits, the data in them doesn't match the primary. Replace the primary data with the redundancy. The tower comes to life, charged by the remaining energy in the batteries, and transmits a repeating transmission into the sky for a few minutes. After several repetitions, there is a shower of sparks as some key components give out. It still says incomplete here. That is peculiar. The broken tower sits silent, but it's still considered incomplete. Perhaps there's a need for something else. Now, I have sold a lot of artifacts. And I don't know if I'm going to regret that. I was saying earlier, I don't know if I'll regret doing that. And I was kind of, a little hesitant to do so. But I have done it. Not all of them, but I've sold most of them. Everything that's been analyzed, of course. And so, yeah, I mean, like, if there's something that one of these quests... Okay, what are you doing, autopilot? If there's something that one of these quests, needs, it won't necessarily, like, immediately give me that information either. So, I don't know. I might be missing on opportunities by maybe I shouldn't have sold it. I keep thinking, maybe I shouldn't sell this stuff. Maybe I should just leave it. Where does this go? It goes off in the distance there, right? But there's nothing over there. I have to look at that too. That looks interesting, doesn't it? Doesn't that look interesting? The flinger goes that way. Like, to where? Right? Maybe the transmission changed the direction of the flinger. Because the flinger was connected here. I just came in. It was going back and forth. Maybe that tower and replacing that actually made the flinger point that direction. Maybe there's more to that. I'm going to have to look at that now. Because that's a bit peculiar. Definitely. Greenhouse planet here. What was the thing we hadn't done yet on this one? This greenhouse planet? It says it's incomplete. Figure that one out too. There's still a few that are incomplete around here. There's still 4 structures that may hold valuable resources. Gotcha. This is all that observation stuff over and over again. Well, we got a lot of stuff from that one. That was good. Unassuming storeroom with a collection of valuable minerals. Nice. 3 structures. Try it again. 20% bonuses is going to help us here. Just getting lots of stuff here. It's great. 2 structures. We're rolling with that 20% bonus once more. We did get aluminum, but some people just got injured, and what is it? 10% health now. As the team explores the level with some aluminum scraps, the floor gives way, dropping half of the crew several meters into the upper mist. Those safely above quickly pull them up, writhing in pain from the deadly vapors. Yikes. Okay, we're going to come back to that later. We have a negative 35% on this one now, presumably because our chief observation officer is now mortally, gravely wounded. So yeah, we're going to wait on that one, but let's go to the flinger and try to get ourselves to go back. And I think that's what that just did. I think this broken tower thing that I just did, it changed the direction of the flinger and is now pointing somewhere we have not gone before. And I, of course, have to investigate that because that's just interesting. I don't think I've seen, aside from the dust miner that's sending our resources somewhere else, right? Aside from that, I don't think I've seen anything in the game so far that allowed me to change the direction of a flinger. Certainly nothing planet side like this. And so that is definitely pointing in a different direction than it was before. And now it's going off this way. And there's another star over here. And there is a flinger to return me, it looks like. Okay. Good. Let's do a quick scan. See if we find anything interesting in this new system that we haven't been to before. Ordinary looking moon has extraordinary amounts of titanium collected from centuries of meteor deposits. In a more traveled location, it surely would have been cleared by now. Titanium. And then we'll go ahead and put a survey team down on this terrestrial world. An enormous cruiser has been sitting on the surface of this temperate world for some time, judging by the trees and plants growing around its hull. It's a really cool picture. Sorry. Surprisingly, it is not a derelict. The energy signature is normal, and a number of its systems are powered. When the team approaches, a group of scaly bipeds comes towards their position. After a lengthy dialogue, Lieutenant Triton explains that this vessel was one of many groups of refugees to flee the post-Empire conflicts. They were lucky in having the engineering skills to redirect a nearby flinger temporarily to reach this remote system. They are now concerned that with the flinger directed here, it is only a matter of time before Locon, Devout, or others seize their vessel. We would offer you the gold from our defunct engines and let you examine our ship's systems if you would promise to redirect the flinger back away from our refuge. Okay, I can promise to redirect the flinger. We are most grateful. Once you have changed the flinger's coordinates, it will be most inconvenient to return here. So, we will make good on our end of the bargain now and trust that you uphold yours. Please do not delay. It is only a matter of time before someone discovers us. The vessel is an impressive one. Despite being several hundred years old, its technology under the refugees' care will likely keep it working for centuries more. The thing is, I don't know how to redirect that thing. I don't know how I would do it because it's broken. Right? So like the thing is broken. So I may have made a promise I'm unable to keep. You know what I mean? We can try it, but I don't know how I would go about doing that right now because it is broken. There's another orange star over there. Man, I would really have to go over there first though. Hold on, secret passage. Maybe it's because of that new information will enable us to do it. Let's try. All right. Broken tower sits silent. This is why it's an incomplete thing. After examining the damage, Ensign Gleese determines that they could fix it well enough to broadcast one last transmission, although it would require a single unit of valuable chirolite. Oh, you're killing me. I only have one chirolite. And it's so valuable. Ugh. Fine, I promise. I did the thing, okay. Doesn't take Ensign Gleese too long to make the necessary fixes and switch broadcast back to the original signal. Just to be safe, they removed the redundancy unit for good. So now, it did, it just moved. Yeah, Flinger is reorienting toward the original destination. That's a relief. I'd have felt guilty if we inadvertently led some faction to the Locon and into their location. Yeah, no, it makes sense. It's fine. So now, if we want to get back over there, we have to go really far and... Yeah. All right, fine. Greenhouse X1. That is... I want to do that one last thing for the greenhouse. But to do that is very dangerous right now. Let's go back through that Flinger. I'm going to go back to the station. And I don't have any chirolite, so I won't be able to... Where's my cargo? Right here. I won't be able to make any more reactors or anything. But I've got a lot of other materials. And I want more engines. So I think that's what I'm going to try to maneuver around. I've got, what, 15 hexes worth of space I can still expand into. So I think I'll look at doing that. So we'll go ahead and mark the wormhole gateway. You're going to go right into that freaking star, aren't you? You dummy. You dummy. There you go. Let's come around. I haven't actually tried. Can I just go over top of the star? Like I can all the planets and stuff? Like, can I just go over top of it? Like that? I haven't actually tried yet. Maybe I will work up the cojones to give that a shot. I'm going to go here, though. And I'm going to see if I can't make this ship a little faster. Yeah. I don't have any chirolite, and I really wish I did, but whatever. I got a lot of energy storage, so at least we could burn for a little while. Hey, look. The station fixed itself. Yeah, that's nice. Isn't that nice? That's pretty nice. All right, we have 900 research points. I'm gonna get the anti-photon chains. Boost our energy production. And we'll up our reserves by 10% as well. And we have reactors 3, batteries 3. I think I could probably hold off on that stuff for now. Although I am interested to see what kind of resources the reactor 3 takes. So interested, in fact, that I'm going to hit the button anyway. I want to see what does it take. So if I go to the shipyard, go to energy. Reactor 3 is a 3 hex thing It takes 8 chirolite. Is it better to have, and it kind of feels that way because it takes up less hexes, but it uses twice the resources, exactly double the resources. Is it better, though, for energy production's sake, to have 1 reactor 3 instead of 2 reactor 2s? I'm curious enough to try it. 1, 2. Okay. Now, reactor 3 is a 3 hex thing, so it's going to be on the edge, but I'm just going to put it on the edge right here so I can see the number that it produces, because it doesn't actually tell me what it produces in the description of the part. That's the problem. So, energy production right now currently sits at 62.6. All right, 62.6. So if I put those other reactors back, it's 61. So it's slightly better to have 1 of these than it is to have 2 of these. So, knowing that, and also seeing that I have quite a few batteries, I think I'm going to take these out, these reactors out of here, and we'll put in these reactors instead. And they're going to go like this and like this. So we're going to go like that instead. And now we have just a little bit more gigajoules. All right. And then we have these extra little spaces here, which I guess for now I can probably put in as just full on bulkheads and see what that does in terms of thermals and stuff. I think I can probably also take out some of these light bulkheads. They're not necessary anymore. I can replace them with the doubles because I have the resources to do that. Make the ship just a little bit stronger in that regard. And I want more engines, is what I said. So I need to also play around with the positions of many of these things so I can get another engine in here. And so I think that's the next thing on my list to do, is to kind of come out like that and then go to propulsion and say, hey, I want that and that to exist, right? So what do I do with this? Maybe we can have another exhaust port, but I don't know. Will this cause a problem, I wonder? It doesn't appear to. So I think we're okay. And then this is a double bulkhead. We can change it to a triple. Put the lateral thruster over here for now. Change this out, put it as a triple. It's there. Take this one, put it down here. Take this out, put that as a triple. Okay. And then we have these angled bulkheads too we could try. It's just like for the sake of the shape of the ship. So I could do something like this. I'm not sure about the reinforce. So it looks like it's the same exact thing. Yeah, it's just angling it. So same benefits, but at an angle. Okay, no big deal then. I don't need it. Okay, so if I put a regular bulkhead here, that's probably going to cause thermal issues, I would imagine. And I'm looking at my engines and they're kind of turning yellow, but they're not bad. So now I got to wonder, will you let me do this? Yeah, so there's that. Now if I move, let's say I move to do this instead, slide these parts up, and then put in the exhaust port here and here. Slide this part up, slide that part up. No, keep these parts down. Yep. And then I don't really want that on the exterior though. I guess this would be where the angled piece comes in. Yeah. Oh, can we afford shields? Oh, we can afford shields. This is good. But where are they going to go? These bulkheads leave. This battery goes. This battery slides down. This is our shield. Right there. Oh, baby. That's beautiful. I'm loving that. Yup. That's what we're going to do. And then our exhaust vent goes back here. Not exhaust vent, the lateral thrusters. I want this This double bulkhead doesn't belong here. No, that double bulkhead doesn't belong here. I mean, maybe it does. I don't know. Maybe it will later. Let's see. Bulkheads. We don't need that much health, but like we're maybe getting bigger fights later, right? So the angled bulkhead, I think, is what I'm looking for. This. Yeah, we want this. Ooh, but now I don't have enough neutronium for it. Well, we'll have to do it the old-fashioned way then. Double and then a single here. Pretty much looks the same, except it's not. And then the connector needs to go. Oh, that's my 105. No. That hurts. Okay. Back this off. First, let's do the connectors because I want that. So we're going to go connector there and a connector there. All right. We have now how many engines? Is this 12 engines? That's sick. Love it. Plus shields. That's good too. So we're at 99.8. We just need to get this to look a little bit better, in my opinion, because it doesn't look great. And so we can see, I can work with the bulkhead things here, but it's kind of, maybe deflectors instead. I think the deflectors might look better in this particular scenario. Yeah, how about we go like this? It's a big old deflector, yeah? Yeah, on the sides like that. I mean, it doesn't look the best. There's still like a weird angle kind of happening right here. But I suppose with the half deflector, it could look okay. Oh, that doesn't look okay. It doesn't look as okay as I wanted it to. Maybe we'll shift these up. Now we're at the peak. We can't go anymore. What does this look like? I mean, it still looks pretty cool, right? I think it's awesome. Look at that. I think it still looks cool. Shields. I feel safer already. Shields create a protective field around our ship, absorbing most damage until they collapse. Shield charge replenish over time, but only when deactivated. They can only be activated when at least 20% charged. Okay, we have a new icon in the bottom right corner. This is our shield. And if I hit F, beautiful. Huh? Now we're even more beefy. I love it. And we're also much faster now too. Now I didn't catch, let's deactivate real quick. I didn't catch how fast we were. Our turn rate's great. Our void speed's now almost 200 AU on this chart here. I don't know, because I was already at 223 before. And there's no way that this is slower. So I don't know if this is correct. You know? I feel like this isn't a correct number. But this is as big as I can make the ship. I mean, we're at 0.2 hexes difference here. And we still have the lateral thrusters. Yeah, we still do. I could maybe take those away and get something else, but I do like them. When I can use them, I like them. It doesn't look like I have two of them, actually. That might be the difference right there. Let's go to... Where's our thrusters here? Is it propulsion? Yeah, lateral thruster. One there and one there. That's 105 out of 105. I can't go anymore. And I'm leaving these little strategic gaps to allow the engines to cool themselves. I mean, we're pretty fast. I want to see how fast we are. So I'm going to say, I'm going to head over to, we've already been there. I want to head someplace I haven't been to before. You know what? Here's what we'll do. We're going to go to this. This right here is where we're going to go. Okay. We're going to go there. We're going to go through this extra little gateway that we haven't been through yet. Oh, we have company. You know what that means. It's time to fight. We have shields, lasers, and big boom booms. No one can touch me. I mean, they can touch me now. There's a little bit of touching here. Oh, yes. Let's give me that. Give me that stuff. Uh-huh. Pew, 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 pew. Laser, laser. Big explosions. Bang, bang, bang. I'm actually really maneuverable now, too. These engines, definitely better to have. It's always better to have 12 engines than it is to have 8. It should be a 50% increase in how quick we are, everything, right? I mean, we're getting hit without the shields, and it's only 96% hull damage right now. It's no big deal. Now we can just do our thing here. Boom. It's destroyed. I mean, I feel better, don't you? I feel like, yeah, we can take on the next tier of enemy now. Sure. Let's go in here and find out. Where does it go? Okay. So we're over here. We've already been here. This is Spitting Plant. So we have already been through that. Yet it was highlighting it. And it's sort of a suggestion as if we hadn't been in it yet. But we haven't been to that yellow star. And we haven't been to this orange star. There's a flinger here, though. So maybe that flinger will do it. Right next to the spitting plants. But I think this flinger was one I actively avoided because, like, I want to stay on topic. But now we can just go through it and see what's over here. Because there's just a lot to this game. It just keeps going. I love games like that. I don't know if it's nerve-wracking to watch them and be like all over the place and not be focused on a goal, but it's just the way it goes, man. That's just how this game is just keeping me engaged all the time. The Kiernan are over here. Yeah, it puts us in Kiernan space. And we have this greenhouse X1 over here. So let's just see what's over on this planet right here. All right, survey team. Now, before I go down there, let me make sure these guys were okay with it because I don't remember. What do you wish to discuss? All right, well, I don't know whether or not I was allowed to land, but I'm going to. I'm landing. Scanner indicates multiple anomalies scattered widely over the planet's surface. The team picks one and lands in a nearby open field. The reading is indistinct, and there's nothing obviously unusual. Several team members report a vague sense of unease and anxiety. Let's lead a search with a 40% modifier in our favor. There we go. As the team searches, their complaints of unease and disorientation increase. Just as they're about to abort, Ensign Kepler makes an interesting comment. There are slight variations in the background EM radiation. These variations would be dismissed as statistical noise, except they seem to correspond to invisible lines on the planet's surface, which they jokingly call ley lines. Analysis of the ley lines shows that they are the result of low frequency electromagnetic field that produces a sympathetic resonance in a wide range of nervous systems. Why remains a mystery. It gives me science and it gives my people experience. I guess that's going to be good enough. Got an orange star there, and then there's another one up here we look at too. And this is not in any direction that this thing is pointing or anything. So these are just new things that don't have anything to do with the Starlance as far as I can tell. I still haven't tested my void speed. I feel like we should test my void speed. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to go like this. I don't think this is going to get me void 100%, but I just want to test my void speed. And right now, it looks like my ship can get to 100 speed with the void effect being under 20. At 20, under 20. Yeah, it crossed there about there. So that's pretty good, but it's not giving me like 100%. I want to know what it's like if void effect is at 100%. So if I just tell it to go out there to test the speed, let's see what it's doing. Right now, we are now passing the old max speed, and that was at 70 something percent. So it looks to me like our void effect is going to cap us out now at 286.8, up from 223 before. That's pretty cool. Wait, I heard something. Stop. Hello, burst relay. They're just randomly placed, I swear. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Investigate first. Another burst relay station with message fragment in the matrix. The recoverable fragments of the message translates as, use the line of flingers to cut through devout space at speed. Urtan completely destroyed by mass drivers will keep a straight course to avoid tripping detection network, void ice. I don't know what that means. But there's chirolite in you, and I want it, so I'm gonna take it. All right, let's go over here. Okay, we got to the system, and I went around the places and stuff, and there's nothing here so far. This is the last planet to scan, and there is something here so far. There's also this little station right here, which I think before I touch down on the planet, I want to talk to these guys if I can. This is the Kiernan Outpost, and it just says what you wish to discuss. So I guess there's nothing. Never mind. Let's go down to the surface and see what's going on here. From a distance, this looks like an unknown vessel design. Up close, turns out to be a stripped down Amir cruiser with a bad paint job. It's taken some heavy damage and may have limped a long way before finally landing here. The why of it all is a bit of a mystery, but at least there's some useful metals. Observation insight. There's an offline secondary ship log beneath the comm system. Analyze the log file. The files were badly scrambled by whatever damaged the ship. They make confusing references to a Trade Guild scout ship and somewhere called Safaria. Now, this was one of the answers in Wiskamug's thing. Trade Guild scout ship is somewhere called Safaria. But mostly, there are discussions about color theory, which somehow feels odd for the Amir. I think that was a location that they were talking about before. Okay. So, we at least have a reference to that location. There's a wormhole gateway here too. We should probably activate it. And, you know, I'm not sure where else to go, to be honest. This lunar ultra, this is the spitting plant. And it is considered incomplete, I think. Maybe we'll head back this way. I mean, that's why it's pulsing at me, right? It would only pulse like that. I think, anyway. It would only pulse like that if it was incomplete. That's what it says, survey incomplete. So, the anomaly of a small cluster of opaque bubbles, no longer than one's fist. Yeah, Ray is excited when analysis shows that the bubbles contain oxygen gas. They seem to be formed by a bacteria that uses sunlight to break down silicon dioxide. A second symbiotic organism traps the oxygen for its own respiration. Neither organism appears to be sentient. They suggest taking one of the organisms in for analysis. We tried to do this. We failed horribly. The thing bursted, and we got kind of sick, and we left. So now we're going to try to extract one of the bubbles again. A 40% bonus. It's a good thing we had that bonus because it still rolled kind of low. It says the operation is a success. Once inside the lander, additional analysis reveals a biological process never before seen. The symbiotic relationship between the two life forms suggests a more energy efficient route to extract oxygen from a highly abundant compound. Plus 20 research. And now that survey is complete. We have many more things over here to do, including another oceanic planet. So I think, yeah, why not? Let's just go see what that's all about. Why not? Just keep going, man. I think that's how I'm gonna play it for now, until I get something very clear. I'm still looking for clues on some of the mysteries and stuff that we've already uncovered. I'm still looking for a little bit of a sign about the lance, although I'm kind of getting far away from the lance at this point. But to be fair, I started this whole day of me playing anyway. I've started this today with like trying to basically go the direction the lance is pointing, and I haven't seen anything. The planetoid is perforated with dozens of irregular deep shafts about 2 to 3 meters wide. Scans show they range in depth from 50 to over 800 meters deep. Ensign Perks isn't confident that the anomaly reading is actually something down there. It could be an echo distortion. The tight space and crumbling walls will make it tricky to descend. Well, try spelunking. We have 25% bonus. That'll work. After a few uneventful descents, the winch rubs against the shaft wall, sending a shower of rock down. Fortunately, Ensign Perks is uninjured, and game to continue pending your judgment. Okay. You still get the bonus, so try it. Nice. Ensign Perks descends into one shaft and then another, and then another. It's clear the stress is getting to them after making the same yo-yo joke twice. Eventually, Lieutenant Rhea announces that they are aborting the survey for safety reasons. Oh man. Ensign Perks gives a delighted shriek, which is initially interpreted as relief at not having to go down any more holes. But upon returning to the surface, they are holding a sliver of neutronium, and they have an insight for us. No natural process could produce neutronium in this kind of geology, nor is this shaft an impact crater. I can't explain what deposited it here. Some other person was spelunking. Oh, there is this is incomplete. Hang on. This is the Nimian. They're lions. Sorry, the lion race, the Nimian. Your species and shape markings are unfamiliar to us. You are in Nimian space. Explain your intentions. I'm Commander Pryor of Starcom. We're on a peaceful exploration mission from a distant region. Peaceful words may belay sinister intent. What is your disposition toward the Kiernan herd? Xenoculture Insight says it is clear from the pre-translation matrix that the Nimian are not positively disposed towards the Kiernan herd. We have met them, but remain neutral in your conflict. Or we could just tell them that they seem hostile and suspicious, and that we are not their friends. Then we could become their friends. Maybe they have some stuff. Do we partner with the weird alien lizard people, or do we partner with the lions? With the ponytails. Yeah. And the really cool cybernetics and stuff going on. Man, I don't know. I kind of want to be their friends to see what they tell me. If I remain neutral, then I don't know. I'm going to say they seem hostile and suspicious. We are not their friends. We are glad that you have not been taken in by their deceptions. But perhaps that is what their servants would say to gain our trust. Oh, shit. He figured me out. If you wish to demonstrate friendship, perhaps you could do us a favor. We have lost contact with one of our diplomatic vessels and its escort. We are reluctant to mobilize the full fleet to search, as we suspect the Kiernan are looking for a pretext to attack. Well, we will make every effort to find your lost vessel. We would be most grateful for your assistance. The last log update we received from them was purchasing supplies from a guild trader. Why do you hate the Kiernan exactly? It is not our nature to hate, but since the Empire fell, the Kiernan have sought to exploit the power vacuum. First, they claim to protect weak territories. Then those protected territories become their own. And so they expand, pushing against our borders unless they are well defended. Now, accidents become their causes to make threats. And soon those threats will become actions. Tell us about the fallen empire. It was the great power of this galaxy for 1,000 years, and kept the peace with a fair hand. Their gateways and flingers made travel and trade possible. Their Talonian chariots kept aggression in check. But sadly, it is no more, and less benign forces seek to fill the void. All right, let's trade with these guys. So they deal in gold, and we can sell uranium at a really good price, which I probably should go for that, because I don't really need uranium yet, and we can get gold and, you know, progress our means in other ways. We can also sell adamantine at a profit, but I feel like I'm going to need a lot of that. So yeah, I'm going to go down to like 10 on this. I feel like there are some other things I might need uranium for. Fission-based weapons is what it says. I don't know. I really don't have those kind of... I'm fine with the base of my weapons, right? I'm fine with the type of weapon I'm using. I think, you know, fixed weapon, plasma cannons, lasers. I think those are going to be great. That plus shields. If I just make all of those really good, I'd be satisfied with that combination right now. I want to try all of them, so I probably will try missiles, but in that case, I will just, you know, if I can buy it for less than this, then that's good. So why don't we just do that? We'll just get the full benefit of it. We'll sell all of it. We get 84 gold for this. Excuse me, for this. Let's just do that. Cool. That's it. Thank you for that, Lion Man. It's great. Appreciate that. Presumably, the guild ships can't be too hard to find if trade is their business. If you search the ship log for Guild Master, you'll be able to set a marker for where we talk to them. Ah, that's true. I would be able to do that. Let's go here first, though. Deploying survey team. In the lee of partially submerged Fallen Empire structure is a small island chain. The chain was created by a meteor impact millennia ago, which left modest iridium deposits in the shallows, the source of the anomaly signal. The islands themselves are covered with lush Fallen Empire flora. A few patches near the shoreline have shed their foliage. Lieutenant Rhea excitedly scrapes some material from the bare plant's exterior into a hazardous samples container. We have Imperial Flora Blight that we have acquired. And that, after analysis, is a parasite that has evolved to use iridium as a catalyst to break down the plant's hardy xylem for digestion. The parasite is the perfect candidate for the Aquarian colony's food problem. It can break down Imperial flora, which requires iridium so it can be kept in check. Well, hey, the food problem. We need to tweak its genetic code for the colony's biosphere. I need some more information on Fallen Empire flora, though. So we're going to be looking for Fallen Empire flora. What better way to get that than this terrestrial planet down here? Let's see what we got. Maybe we'll get some more information from this place. Excuse me, pardon me, coming through, no big deal. How are you? Say hi to your mom for me. All right, send people down. The entire planet is a nearly homogeneous system of grasslands and sparse glades. It's the perfect place to get the flora sample, right? The only large fauna are large herds of roving horned ungulates, horned ungulates, whatever that is. There are a number of automated monitoring stations that appear to be studying these creatures. The team is able to capture several of these creatures for study with some difficulty. Their physiology is unusual for a number of reasons. Perhaps the most striking is that they all have complex networks of metallic fibers interwoven with their central nervous system and horns. They have been implanted with transmitters, presumably to aid in their monitoring. Rhea also has some additional biomed insight, saying that they suspect that besides simple herd behavior, the network may allow a hybrid of individual and hive sentience. The antenna seems to form as part of these creatures' natural growth. This is an unusual example of an evolutionary radio network. Bioantenna. Okay. Well, that's a grazer network. There you go. This is incomplete for reasons. And then we have this yellow star up here, which may give us some more flora samples too. So in the next video, what we're going to do is I'm going to get this system and figure out what's there. We're then going to search for the ship for the missing diplomat for the Nimian. Okay. And then after that, I would like to spend at least a little bit of time trying to figure out the Starlance stuff. Like, I want to go and see what there is. If it really is about where it's pointing, then I just have to keep exploring in these areas, right? And I'm not sure exactly where the amber jewel that it's supposedly pointing at is. The only thing I can think of is that this is the amber jewel. It's the weird shape, make energy boom boom, right? But I figured the amber jewel would be a star. But it's kind of a up in the air thing right now. It's the only thing we've gotten is the first officer's note. So I want to put a little bit of time into that. And if we happen to find other quests and other things along the way, then, you know, so be it, I guess. That's just how it goes, man. All right, so we'll start next video, though, heading up to this yellow star just to see what it is. Okay? Take it easy. Love your faces. Thank you so much. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.